Hi, this is Renee Fisher for Quarter Life Conference, and I'm really excited to talk to you today about career and how to start your own business. I'm actually parked at the San Diego County Clerk's office where I set up my fictitious business name of Devotional Diva over 5 years ago. And I wanted to give you 5 tips on how you can start your own business and why I think you should, because the economy's changing and a lot of things are going to be changing in the next couple of years. So as a 20-something, I set up my own business. As a 30-something, I'm still running that same business, and I just want you to know and be encouraged that you can do it. So my first tip is to set up a fictitious business name, which is an FBN, or a name that you want to get paid as. So for instance, mine is Devotional Diva. Yours might be, Freelance by Taryn, or Summer Showers if you want to be a do-it-yourself craft kind of person and sell that service, or your business doesn't necessarily have to be writing, but for the most part, if you don't want to use your name only, this is a great way to start. It only costs about $35, and you can set it up at your county clerk's office. And then step 2 is take that piece of paper to the bank, and with that seal, you can open up your first business checking, savings, debit, and credit card. And one of the reasons why you need this is because in the future, if someone writes you a check, or if PayPal, or setting up your own Etsy shop, or selling your own books, you're going to need your own business accounts, really. And it's really not that hard. You can get free stuff. I recommend Wells Fargo, but it's really up to you. I don't know what banks are in your area. And then step 3 is, I have to remember what I wrote down because I get so excited. Oh yeah, okay, so go to City Hall, to your city, and register for your business license. If you're gonna be working from home, this is a really good tool to have because for me, different cities, some require it and some don't. But if you definitely are going to have a business at home where you're going to be writing off a portion of your mortgage or utilities or things that I do, you're going to want to have this. And to set that up, you're going to need your fictitious business name paperwork with that seal, official seal on it. And then the 4th step is oh yeah, okay. This is the hardest one, but the most important. So keep track of all your business receipts. I have a friend who is my tax person. He has his own business, and we graduated Biola University together. And this is important because every single receipt, like if you want to go to Story Chicago conference, you can write that off. And sometimes you don't have money in the bank right away, so use your business credit card and then pay it off with sales or a freelance project or something like that. And it's really important to keep track of all these things because at the end of the year, if you do make a profit, you don't have to pay as much taxes because you have all your write-offs to include in that. And if you're confused, that's no problem. Just, go get your taxes done at H&R Block or a friend who's in accounting. Just make sure to keep track of all your receipts. And the 5th one is the most important. It's branding your business. Before you even go to get your fictitious business name, I recommend searching that name to make sure it's available on like GoDaddy or something like that. And it's important because if someone's going to find you online or in person, you want to have that same address anywhere you go. So for instance, devotionaldiva.com, when I saw that that was available, I knew that I wanted to do that. And so that became my name, and then I eventually trademarked that. So if you're gonna do like freelance by some, so-and-so, or like a name like Devotional Diva or Summer Showers, before you go register that, make sure that's available as a domain name. And you can always kind of play around with your Twitter or Facebook accounts later, but really you want your business name to match your .com name. And those are really 5 simple steps that you can do. It's really easy. The reason why I'm at the county clerk's office is I can't tell you how many times I've been here with friends to say, here, let me help you start your business. It's not as hard as you think. Step by step, you'll get there. You might not start off with, you might not know everything when you first start, but that doesn't mean that you can't have a career that's your own someday. A verse that God gave me when I set up Devotional Diva over 5 years ago was from Zechariah 4:6 that says, "Do not despise small beginnings." And I was having a hard time with the fact that I knew I needed to move back home to my parents' house for like the millionth time, and I wasn't going to be able to afford rent anymore, and all of those, you know, finally had found my career and thought it was the best ever and I could never get any better than that. And while I was working full-time at a Christian company as a event specialist, like I used to help schedule people like Josh McDowell and Lee Strobel and Kirk Cameron, and oh my gosh, it was amazing. But I didn't, when I got my first book contract, I had 4 months to get 105,000 words while working full-time. I mean, that put me in the emergency room with panic attacks, as it probably would anyone. But stubborn me didn't want to just give up my job right away. I was trying to do it all and have it all, because let's be honest, it's kind of expensive to live on your own and with roommates. I had a roommate. And so just want to encourage you, as a 20-something, I wish I could have, now as a 30-something, told my younger self, it's okay to quit your job. It's okay to pursue something new because, times change, the economy changes, and people need to hear your voice. They need to hear what you have to say and what God's called you to do. And whether that's a writing business or, another kind of career, don't be afraid to take a leap of faith, because looking back, it's taken me 4 years to finally get off my anxiety medication. And if I wouldn't have let those panic attacks fester for so long, panic attacks are no joke. And so I think I let them go for 6 months before I just burnt totally out as a 20-something. It's kind of ridiculous. But in hindsight, I didn't know that God was going to bless me. I didn't know that He was going to get me, contract after contract, and be able to help so many other writers. And so sometimes you don't know, and you're going to have to take that leap of faith. And as an older sister in Christ, I just want to say I've been there, I've done that, and you can do it. And I really hope this Quarter Life Conference and these videos have inspired you, and I just want to thank you guys for coming on this journey with me for the last 3 quarters on relationships, on church, and now career and social justice. And I'm not sure what kind of conference I'll come up with next, but I just want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for letting me encourage you, for letting me spur you forward. And if you have any questions on how to start your own business, shoot me an email to Renee@reneefisher.com. Thanks.